Hi, welcome to my next 60-minute flow here. This is a fun sequence that gives you opportunity to play around if you want to advance from any of the postures that I offer. Always a reminder, you can stop and rest at any point and hang out in a child's pose, a down dog, come onto the mat, catch your breath, recenter whenever you need to. I hope you enjoy. If you are using the Spotify playlist, go ahead and hit play now. Let's find our way into child's pose. Taking your child's pose a little bit wider than usual. So inching your knees out just a little further towards mat's width distance. Allowing your hips to settle into the mat. And just start to find your breathing. Notice the rise and the fall of your inhales and your exhales. And start to arrive on your intention. So this is a word, something that you feel you need today. One word. Take a full breath in through your nose. And open your mouth and exhale. Find your puppy pose, walking your hands forward, coming all the way off your mat. Your hips stack over your knees. Your shins move to parallel. The tops of your feet pressing down into the earth. Feeling the openness of your heart. And a shared intention for today's hip opening practice will be on the theme of becoming unstuck. So that word, unstuck, we can think about that in a physical way, but also in a mental and a spiritual way. Take one more full breath in. And open your mouth and release the exhale. Now slowly walking your hands back to your knees, sitting onto your heels. A block under your seat can feel nice if that's more supportive for you. And bring your hands to your heart center, softly closing your eyes. Take a full breath in to repeat your word of intention to yourself. And let it echo as you breathe out. Then our shared intention of unstuck. Repeating that word, inhale and exhale. Now let's extend the right leg out to the side. Coming into a tabletop shape. And take a full breath in. And as you exhale, just sit back onto your left heel. Inhale to come forward. And exhale to sit back onto the heel. Two more. Inhale, bring your body forward. And exhale, sit back. This time, inhale forward. And your deepest exhale, and see if you can sink just a little bit deeper. And switching to the opposite side, this time it's your left leg out to the side. And you're in your tabletop shape. Take a full breath in. Exhale, sit back onto your right heel. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, sit back. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, unstuck. Inhale, come forward. And exhale. Come back through your tabletop. A breath in to lift your heart, drop your belly. Exhale to round the spine. Three more cat and cow. Inhale, lifts your gaze, lifts your heart. Exhale to round the spine. And continuing that in your own rhythm for two more breaths. Moving hips side to side can feel nice here, neck circles. When you're ready, downward dog. Making your upside down V shape, plugging your hands into the earth, the balls of your feet into the earth. Feeling a little lift in your tailbone, your hip creases, as your chest aims towards your quads. Take one more full breath here. As you exhale, baby steps to the top of the mat, separating your feet all the way mat's width distance, or maybe even a little bit wider for your ragdoll. You can clasp opposite elbows, you can clasp your hands at your low back, or if you have a strap or a towel, you can use that to widen your grip and just hang heavy. Release the neck. Take one more breath here. And release whatever bind you chose and toe heel your feet all the way to touch. Inhale to your flat back position, your hands to shins. There's a straight line from your hip down to your ankles. Exhale, bow over your legs. 2 more times to warm up the spine. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, flat back again, like there's a glass of water on your mid-back. Exhale, bow. This time, inhale, sweep up to standing, reach your arms overhead. Interlace the fingers and release the first. Your breath out brings you to the right side, like you're arching over a beach ball. Be aware if your heart is kind of collapsing forward and open your heart, maybe lifting the eyes. One more breath in. Exhale, slow motion to the opposite side. Again, think about arching up and over that beach ball. One more breath. Come back through center and just lift the eyes for one breath. And exhale, bow forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Setting this up for 5 breaths. Shoulders right over wrists, or maybe an inch or 2 in front of the wrists. Heels aiming to the back of the room. Feeling the core zipping up and supporting your trunk for 2. Last full breath. Now drop your knees, untuck your toes, exhale to lower all the way to your belly. Little gentle low cobra as you breathe in. Now exhale through tabletop to downward dog. Full breath in. And open your mouth, exhale. Inhale to lift the right leg to the sky. And as you breathe out, open the hip to the right side wall. You can leave the leg straight or bend to the knee. It's good to know what both options feel like so you can deliberately make your choice. If you have the bent knee, maybe you draw little hip circles with the knee. You can play with drawing big circles in one direction and then the opposite direction, or little circles, just getting a little warmth into the knee, and the hip rather. Now find some stillness, take a breath in. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, drop your back knee. Now setting up for a baby lizard. And since it is the first one, I'd recommend that you leave your torso lifted here. So maybe you find blocks. Just feeling your hips open. This early lizard in the practice. And options for lizard, your foot can be rooted or onto the outside edge of the foot. But let's bring some breath into this. So as you inhale, bring your knee kind of back up and towards center. And as you breathe out, open the hip like a book. Breathe in, ground the foot, come towards center. Exhale, open. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Now lifting your torso up, and we're gonna find a half split here. So walk your hands back so they're on either side of the hips, or again, blocks are a really nice option here. Feeling the lengthening of the hamstring as your right hip crease guides back. And bringing some breath into this movement. Inhale brings you forward into your lunge. Exhale, half split. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, half split. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. This time actually stay in your lunge, tuck your back toes, make your way back to down dog. Arch the upper back to pluck the foot off the earth, step it back. Now inhale to high plank. Let's modify Vinyasa one more time. Drop the knees, untuck the toes. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Elbows graze ribs. Inhale to a low cobra. Your hands come 2 inches off the earth this time. Exhale through tabletop to downward dog. Full breath in. And open your mouth, release it. Ha. Never be afraid to make noises while you practice, especially when you're on your own. Sigh it out. Take those full inhales and exhales. Really enjoy and indulge and connect with the body in these postures. Your next breath in lifts the left leg. And as you open up to the left side, really work on rooting down the left palm into the earth. It's going to want to lift off the earth. Your shoulder is going to want to open. Try to square your shoulders. The twist comes from the torso, the hip. Now you can bend the knee if you choose. And again, maybe you draw those big circles. Finding a little movement. Getting some fluidity into the hip, becoming unstuck in the body. Take one more breath in here. And as you exhale, step the foot between the hands and setting up your lizard here. So toe heel that left foot out a little bit to the edge of the mat. And again, you can leave the foot rooted or come onto the edge and keep the torso lifted here. Notice if this side's any different. There is a stretch in the right hip flexor you'll feel. So you're getting to the inside of the left hip, but the front of the right hip. And let's bring breath into this. Inhale, root the foot, bring the knee towards center. Exhale, open. Inhale, foot grounds. Exhale, open and melt. Inhale towards center. Exhale, open. Last one, inhale. And exhale, opening the hip. Now grounding the foot and making your way into the half split on this side. Flexing the foot will deepen the sensation here. You'll feel it in the calf and the hamstring. We want to avoid feeling this behind the knee, so soften the knee if you're feeling any tension behind the knee. And bringing this into breath. Your next inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, half split. Inhale, lunge, a little lift in your heart too. Exhale, half split. Inhale brings you forward, shining your heart. And exhale deeply. Inhale, come forward, and this time tuck your toes. Make your way back to down dog. Tent the fingertips if it helps you give you space. This time a full vinyasa. Inhale to high plank. Try to stay lifted. As you exhale to low plank, your elbows graze your ribs. Inhale to up dog onto the shoelace parts of your feet. And exhale to downward dog. Full breath in. And open your mouth, exhale. We'll take one sun salutation B now that our hips are a little bit warm. Full breath in. As you exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, bow forward. Toes touch, heels an inch apart. Breath in for chair pose. Drop your seat, tuck the sacrum, engage the core. Exhale, bow over your legs. Inhale to flat spine. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Pause for your breath in. Exhale to lower. Inhale to upward facing dog onto the tops of your feet. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Now stay with me. Exhale, knee to nose, take your plank shape. Inhale, extend your leg back, three-legged dog. And exhale, step up for your runner's lunge. Breath in to sweep up, crescent lunge. Exhale brings you all the way down, downward dog. And a vinyasa, inhale to high plank. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, plank shape, sprinkling in some core. Inhale, extend the leg back. And breathe out, find your roots, step it up. Inhale to sweep up, crescent lunge. And exhale, rides you all the way down, down dog. Now stay here or vinyasa. Inhale to high plank. You can always drop your knees. Exhale to low plank. Inhale to up dog. And exhale to downward dog. Let's rinse that all out with your full breath in. And open your mouth, relax the jaw. Exhale. Let's take some little down dog push-ups here. So bring your torso forward just a few inches. So we're not coming to a plank. Just bring your torso forward and then rotate your elbows towards one another so that your forearms are parallel. And now drop your elbows until they're about 2 inches from the mat. And then press yourself back to your down dog. And let's take 3 of those in your own rhythm. Working the shoulder strength and stability here. Becoming unstuck even in our shoulders. And find your down dog stillness. Full breath in. As you exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to flat spine. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, sweep up to standing. Reach your arms overhead, interlace fingers at the top. As you breathe out, take it over to the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. And exhale, bow forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to plank. Pause for your breath in. Exhale to lower. Inhale to your up dog. And exhale to your down dog, rolling over your feet. Full breath in. And exhale. Inhale to right leg lift. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, plank shape. Inhale, extend your leg back. Exhale, knee to nose, plank shape. Inhale, extend it back again. And exhale, right knee to left elbow, crunching it up and under. Inhale, extend back. And breathe out, step up, rise, this time to warrior one. The back foot is rooted, and your toes point at 11 o'clock here. And if you feel the back heel coming off the mat, step it up a few inches. Now finding your warrior one, melt the shoulder blades down. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, open up to your warrior two, feeling the expansion across your hips. Be aware if your front knee is collapsing in, and guide the knee out towards the baby toe. Again, aware of the shoulders. Are the shoulders hiking up, and can you melt them down? Find your stillness. Breath in. Exhale to deepen into your lunge. And inhale to reverse your warrior. Lift your eyes and remind yourself your word of intention right here. Full breath. Side angle pose. Reach the right arm straight out towards the front wall, and your hips guide to the back wall. Your right forearm can lightly be on your quad or on the inside of the leg, but we just don't want to dump weight there. So just aware that there's still a lot of core engagement supporting you. Take one more breath. Plug into your feet to rise back to your warrior two. Now, find Skandasana on your left foot. So this is like a track star lunge here. You can either be rooted on the left foot or on the ball of the left foot and the heel of the right foot. Kind of a matter of personal preference. Your hands can be on the earth or at heart center. Feeling the opening in the hip here, becoming unstuck. Be aware if the left knee is wanting to collapse and just gently guide that knee out. And listen up. From here, we're finding runner's lunge facing the back of your mat. So your left foot is forward, and you can drop the back knee, setting up a twist towards your left, or you can keep the back knee lifted. I always like to start with my hand at the sacrum for these twists. It's a nice way to ensure that the twist is coming from the torso rather than kind of jutting your hips out of alignment. But staying here for 3. You can extend the arm overhead if you choose for 2. Last full breath. Then find your way back into your Skandasana and walk your hands over to the right foot. So you're making your way into Skandasana to the right. And now walk your hands towards center and just find your forward fold here, your prasarita. Now, hands come to hips, use a flat back to come up to standing, and find your warrior two to the front of the room. Inhale to reverse your warrior, and exhale to windmill all the way down to the mat, downward dog. Stay or move through the vinyasa. Inhale to high plank, exhale to lower, inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Your full breath in, and open your mouth, deep exhale. Inhale to lift the left leg, and exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, extend your leg again, knee to nose as you breathe out. Inhale, extend the leg, and exhale, knee to right elbow. Extend the leg back. And now step your foot up. Find your warrior one feet and rise as you breathe in. This time the back foot points at 1 o'clock and that foot really firmly rooted. Again, if it's not rooted into the earth, step the foot up or even widen your stance. We want both feet firmly rooted. The shoulders always melting down. The core always wrapping in. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, open up to your warrior two. Settling in here, your first warrior two on this side. Finding the opening of the hips, This pose is actually a bit of a hip opener. We don't often think of it that way. Now your next breath in to reverse, the left arm reaches up, your eyes lift, the left shoulder melting away from the ear. And again, your word of intention as you breathe in. Exhale to your side angle pose. Reach and grow the left side body long as the left forearm is lightly on the quad or on the inside of the leg. I like to use a yoga block there to support this. Really opening into the left hip here. Now take one more breath. Plug into your feet to rise back up to your warrior two. And then it's Skandasana on the right foot. Again, options to ground the right foot or come onto the ball of the right foot, heel of the left. Hands can be on the earth or at your heart. And you know where we're moving this time. Walk your hands so that you're in a runner's lunge towards the back of your mat. And you can drop the back knee as you set up to your twist to your right. So your hand can be on the earth or a block. Your back knee could be lifted if you feel strong in this posture. I always like to start with my hand at the sacrum first. You can open up the twist, extending the arm if you choose, for 3. Last full breath in. Then untwist, come back to your runner's lunge, and turn this back into your Skandasana. Walk your hands over to the opposite side, so you're on Skandasana to the left. And bring yourself towards center and find your Prasarita fold again. This time let's find the bind at the low back. Now toe heel your feet in slightly if your stance is pretty wide. A little softness in your knees, plug into your feet, rise up with a flat back. Release your bind if you haven't already, and find your warrior two to the front of your mat. Inhale to reverse your warrior. And exhale to windmill all the way down, downward dog. Now stay or move through Vinyasa. Inhale to high plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale to up dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. 5 breaths here for whatever you need. Maybe you stay in your down dog. Maybe you grab some water. Maybe you take some more down dog push-ups. Maybe you take a dolphin pose, which is an upside down V shape, just like down dog, but with your forearms down on the earth. For 3. And slowly starting to make your way back to down dog if you're not there already. Let's unite our breath together. Inhale. And open your mouth. Deep exhale. Again, a breath in. And as you exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to your flat spine. And exhale to bow over your legs. Toes touch, heels an inch apart. Chair pose this time for 5 breaths. Let's start first with our shoulders stacked right over the hips. For 2. Now you can stay here or bring your forearms to quads and take a downhill skier shape. And again, you can stay here or extend your fingertips towards the front of the room. Really finding the strength in your quads, your inner thighs knit together. Your last full breath in, wherever you are. And exhale to bow forward. Inhale to your flat spine. And exhale to bow over your legs. Chair pose again. This time setting up the twist towards the right side, your hands come to heart. And you drop your seat a little bit further back as your torso comes forward, and then you open your torso towards the right side wall. Now look down at your knees, that your knees are perfectly in line. And maybe place your palm right there. Your left knee is going to want to jut forward. So guide that knee back, and the twist comes from your torso, and your heart guides forward. Take one more breath in, and exhale to bow over your legs. Inhale to flat spine, and exhale, bow. Chair pose again, drop your seat, hands come to heart, twisting to the left this time. So drop your seat back and open up towards the left. Again, look down your knees, ensure that they're in line. Sometimes it can be nice to have the hand at the sacrum. Last full breath in. And exhale to bow over your legs. This time, separate your feet hips width distance and find whatever forward fold feels right for you. So that can be a ragdoll. That can be your hands at your low back. Or you can take the big toe lock with your first two fingers, finding a flat back and pulling your flat back towards your quads. Careful not to hyperextend the knees. And some also prefer gorilla here, walking your feet onto your hands. Whatever option you choose, you are bowing into yourself. Give yourself credit that you have made time for your home practice today. You've set an intention, and you're here. Release the neck. You can turn your neck side to side. Shake your head yes and no, really accentuating the letting go in the cervical spine. Now we're going to take those chair twists on breath. Take one more breath in and release your bind and toe heel your feet together. Inhale to your flat back and exhale, bow over your legs. Chair pose, drop your seat. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to center, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center again. And exhale to the left. Last one. Inhale, center, and just pause here. And exhale, bow forward. Enjoy that rinse in the quads. Now find your yogi squat. Toe heel your feet out. And we want to leave the feet grounded into the earth. So, if your feet are pointed out at about 45 degrees, that's where most of us are going to start. If your ankles are very mobile, your toes might be pointed towards the front of the mat. And if your ankles are very tight, maybe you roll up a towel or your mat to be underneath your heels to help support your ankle mobility. And I always build myself a little tower with blocks here. Yogi squat is not just about hip mobility, but ankle mobility. So if you've had any injuries in your hip or your ankles, you'll notice some tightness here. And I have had both. So I am always adapting my yogi squat. Now here, we're just going to play with some mobility in our hips, again, becoming unstuck. So if you have a very strong yogi squat, you can stay without your blocks, but many of us may move to blocks at this point. Now, as you take a breath in, just kind of guide your right knee in slightly. We don't want it to tweak though, so it's just a slight guiding in. As you exhale, open the knee. Inhale, guide the knee in towards center. And exhale, open. 2 more. Inhale, bring the knee in. And exhale, open. Last time, inhale, bring the knee in. And exhale. Opposite side. Inhale, the left knee comes in. Exhale, open. Inhale, bring the knee in. Exhale, open. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, open. Now, removing the blocks. And then toe heel your feet in if you need to, and just find your forward fold just for a moment. Now, toe heel your feet all the way to touch. Inhale to your flat spine. And exhale to bow over your legs. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Reach your arms overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Setting up some balance. Let's find a figure 4 balance since we have opened and warmed our hips. Cross the right ankle bone all the way over the left quad. And there is an option to modify if this isn't for you today, and you can just find tree if you prefer. Otherwise, bring your hands to heart center and just start to sit into your figure 4 balance. You can stay lifted or bring your torso forward. And you can work to bring your hands onto the earth or to blocks. And there is an option for an arm balance here. If that's available to you, you bring your hands all the way to the earth and really think about linking the right foot around the left tricep. Like that's a really firm lock. And then lifting the left foot lightly off the earth. The heart guides forward if you're going for that arm balance. Wherever you are, starting to make your way up and out of this with control. Now bring the knee into the chest, and let's strengthen the hip flexors by extending the right foot forward, arms overhead for 3. For 2. Last breath in. Now listen up. Catch the right foot as if you're moving to dancer. So turn your right palm, externally rotate the shoulder so it's facing the right side wall, and the left arm overhead. And we're not going to take this into dancer right now. Staying right here in this modification to stretch out the front of the right hip. Take one more breath and release to mountain. Now to the opposite side, your left ankle bone crosses over the right quad. And it's your figure 4 stretch. Balance. Again, option to take this into whatever degree feels right for you. If you're going for the balance, just remember to really lock the foot outside the tricep. If you feel this really strong energy, it's going to give you a base to bring your heart forward and find that balance. When you're ready, with control, making your way up, bringing the knee into the chest, and then extending it out in front of you with strength, arms overhead for 3. For 2. Last full breath, lift your leg a little higher, and then sweep the leg back, and then find that modified dancer. Catch the foot. Think about guiding the left hip forward, feeling the strength and lengthening of the left quad. Working your balance by fixing your eyes at a set point in front of you. This is your drishti. Last breath. And mountain pose. Inhale to sweep both arms overhead. And exhale, bow forward. Inhale to your flat spine. And exhale to plank pose. Pause for your breath in. Exhale to lower. Inhale to your upward facing dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Full breath in. And let it go, exhale. Now inhale to your high plank. And let's lower slow motion for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend your arms down by your side, and we'll set up for belly down back bends. We'll take 3. Let's start first with a simple locust. Your palms face the earth, externally rotating the shoulders, and your feet about 2-3 inches apart, your forehead to center. And then lift the kneecaps, and that's going to activate the legs. Your feet still stay on the earth. Just lift the kneecaps, engage the quads. Now as you breathe in, forehead lifts off the earth, heart lifts, the palms lift, there's a lot of energy in the hands, and your feet lift. Kind of feeling like a rocket ship here. Should feel nice and engaged, and your height comes through the length, as if there's a string from the crown of your head and someone is gently pulling on your feet to the back of the room. For 3. For 2. Last breath in. And release down to the earth. Now this time, make yourself a little pillow under your forehead. So stack one hand on top of the other. And then your forehead just on the back of one of those hands. Now set yourself up the same way. And this time as you breathe in, lift up. So your pillow lifts up and your forehead stays attached. Your elbows opening up towards the sky to prevent collapse in your shoulders. For 2, lift a little bit higher and release. Now keep that little pillow shape, and we're going to take that on breath before moving into our last belly down back bend. So set yourself up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Inhale lifts you up. Exhale, down. 2 more. Inhale, strongly lift. And exhale. Last time, inhaling up. And exhale, down. Now extend your arms down by your side. And you can take either version of locust that we just took, with your palms facing the earth or with your hands on that pillow. Or if you choose, you can reach back and grab your ankles or feet for bow. And decide if you'd like to lift up. And if you are in bow, reminder not to splay the knees out. They're not touching, but your thigh bones should be parallel. And your heart guiding forward wherever you are. See if you can think about length in your neck wherever you are, like a turtle coming out of its shell. Take one more breath in, lift a little higher, and exhale, come down to the earth. Bend your knees, softly sway your shins side to side. Now extend your legs down the mat and let's find Sphinx pose. For Sphinx, we want to think about an L shape from the shoulder to the elbow to the wrist, and your palms face the earth. And in Sphinx, there's a little lift in your low abdomen, so we're not just splaying the belly out towards the earth. So you should feel the core engaged and the heart lifts, and again, like a turtle coming out of the shell, the neck is nice and long. From here, finding a half frog shape. extending the right knee out to the side, thinking of an L shape from the hip to the knee to the ankle, and the foot is flexed. Thinking about guiding the right hip down. Thinking of becoming unstuck in the right hip. Now extend the left arm under the chest, threading the needle to wrap on the outside of the right thigh, and then roll onto your back. And now we're in a twisting spinal twist. Your gaze can be over your right hand if you choose. Take one more full breath in. And start to unwind your way out of this, coming back into your Sphinx half frog, and then just finding your Sphinx. Taking this to the opposite side, Sphinx half frog with the left knee out. Again, finding that L shape from hip to knee to ankle. Flexing the foot, guiding the left hip down. And now threading the needle, turning this into our spinal twist. It's your right hand that reaches under the chest, grabbing the outside of the left leg. As you open up, coming onto your back, finding your spinal twist. Your gaze can be over the left hand if you choose, if that feels right for you. One more breath. And now come back to your Sphinx half frog and then your Sphinx again. And just lower down into the earth. Make your way into your tabletop. Taking 3 cat and cow in your own rhythm. Inhale to lift your gaze, drop your belly. Exhale to round the spine. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale to round the spine. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round the spine. Walk your knees, your feet all the way through your hands, coming onto your back. Setting up for a bridge here. Extending your arms down by your side so that your middle finger grazes your heels. And your feet are hips width distance here. So not mat's width, not touching. And we want to think about when we press up that our knee will be stacked right over the ankle. Now, go ahead, press up into your bridge pose. Your arms can be right where they are at your side. You can even point your fingertips up to the sky or clasp your hands under your low back. Holding here for 3. Engaging the glutes and the hamstrings for strength. One more breath in to lift a little higher and come down to the earth. Now to get some more warmth into the front of the hips, we'll take our bridge on breath. The way this will work is as you breathe in, you'll press up into bridge, exhale will come down. So set yourself up. Inhale, press into bridge. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, press up with strength. Exhale, come down. 2 more. Inhale, press up, engage the glutes. Exhale, down. Inhale, press up just a little bit higher, engage the glutes and the hamstrings. And exhale, come down. And then sway the knees side to side A reminder, after back bending, we always want to resist the urge to hug the knees into the chest. So just a gentle sway side to side to kind of reset the sacrum, the low back. Now a final back bend. You can take a bridge again. Maybe you take a supported bridge with a block under the sacrum. Or if a wheel is in your practice, you can move there, placing your hands on either side of your ears, your fingertips pointed towards your heels. And decide what you'd like to work. Your supported bridge, wheel, press on up. And aiming to hold here for 5 strong breaths. Last full breath in. And release down to the earth. Soles of feet come together, knees splay out. Place one hand at your heart, opposite hand at your belly, and feel the rise and fall of your breath here. Find your knock-kneed pose. Your knees together, your feet mats width distance. Coming to your word of intention again, as your eyes are closed. Coming to our shared intention of being unstuck. Thinking what it is in your life, your circumstances right now, that is causing you to feel stuck. And maybe it's a mindset. So there's something that we can just subtly shift in the mindset today. So we're certainly shifting some stuck energy in the body, particularly the hips. Hug your knees into your chest. Let's find happy baby. Happy baby is opening into the inside of the hips here. And imagine that someone is pressing down straight on your feet into the earth. So the pull, your first 2 fingers on the big toes, you're thinking of pulling straight down. Your ankles should be stacked right over the knees here. But aware if the sacrum is rolling up off the earth, and roll the sacrum towards the earth, even if that means you grab your hamstrings instead. Rocking side to side here can feel nice. Take one more breath. And hug your knees into your chest. Now set your feet down to the earth as if we're setting up for bridge again. But this time, just drop your knees over to the right side. And you can keep your feet separated. Or if you prefer, you can bring your feet to touch. We're getting a spinal twist here, your shoulders rooted onto the earth. Maybe you use your right hand on the outside of the left leg to just gently encourage this twist a little deeper. Bring your knees back to center. Drop the knees over to the opposite side. Bring your knees back to center. Taking this on breath, full inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, center. And go ahead and you can set yourself up for a final inversion. A block underneath your sacrum can feel really nice with your legs extended up to the sky. Or if you're by a wall, extend your legs up the wall. It can take a little bit of wiggling to get into that position. Starting to unwind, slow down, becoming unstuck. Again, here, giving yourself so much credit for making the time for your home practice. Carving out time for your self-care, being deliberate. Finding the time. Finding the energy. The motivation. That is not easy. You're here. You made it. Whenever you're ready, hug your knees into your chest and start to transition into your traditional Shavasana. You are welcome to stay here as long as you choose. You can anchor your meditation on your word of intention, repeating that word to yourself as you inhale, and letting it echo as you exhale. And as you close up your practice, letting that shared intention of becoming unstuck, becoming more fluid and mobile and accepting, thinking about how that will carry into your day, your evening. How can you become unstuck in mind, body, spirit? And thank you for practicing with me. And namaste.